The alien girl said, "My season awakens around you." Humanity had crossed the solar system long ago, but beyond, in the uncharted regions of space, mysteries waited, worlds that no human had ever set foot on, civilizations that might never know humans existed. For Aaron, that was both exciting and terrifying. The Odyssey explorer glided smoothly toward its destination, Virlia, a planet that had captured the interest of scientists across the United Earth Alliance. It was said to be lush, with thick forests, rivers of silver, and an atmosphere almost perfectly balanced for human life. Sensors showed signs of energy patterns unlike anything seen before. Some called it magic, but Aaron knew it would be explained by science eventually. "Captain, we're entering orbit," reported Lieutenant Mara Chen, her voice calm, yet edged with the excitement she rarely hid. Sensors show a vast forest belt covering 60% of the planet's surface. Temperature is stable, oxygen levels nominal. Aaron nodded. "Good, prepare the landing team. We'll explore one of the northern groves. I want samples, readings, and, if we're lucky, close observation of any life forms." The landing was smooth, the shuttle descending into a vast expanse of emerald trees. Sunlight filtered through leaves like gold dust, and the air smelled fresh, earthy, and strangely sweet. Aaron's boots crunched on soft moss as he stepped onto Virlia's surface. He felt an unfamiliar warmth in the air, not from the sun, but something else, something almost alive. "Captain," said Mara, scanning the area with a handheld scanner, "the readings are unusual. Energy patterns are fluctuating, almost like the forest is aware of us." Aaron's eyebrows raised. "Aware, you say? Not alive in the usual sense," she explained, "but it's like it responds to our presence." Aaron moved carefully into the grove, following a narrow path flanked by massive trees whose branches twisted into shapes that seemed deliberate, almost sculpted. Birds, or something like birds, sang melodies that felt harmonized, almost musical. The forest was beautiful, mesmerizing, and yet Aaron felt a pull, a subtle tug at his mind that made his pulse quicken. Then he saw her. She stood in a small clearing, bathed in sunlight. At first he thought she was a trick of light, the way the sun danced through leaves. But as he approached, he realized she was real. She was human-shaped, but unlike any human he had seen. Her skin shimmered with colors that shifted like liquid light, pale blues, soft pinks, and hints of violet that changed with her movements. Her hair flowed like silver silk, catching the sunlight as if it had its own glow. Aaron froze. "Who? What are you?" he whispered, unsure if he was speaking aloud or only in his head. The girl tilted her head, her eyes bright with curiosity, and then she spoke, but not in words. Her voice resonated directly in Aaron's mind, clear and melodic. "My season awakens around you." The words sent a shiver down his spine. "Excuse me," he said aloud, though it seemed unnecessary. The girl smiled, but it was not playful. It was knowing, patient, and full of mystery. Around her, the plants seemed to lean in, the wind shifting to carry her presence, and the sunlight brightened, as if the world itself was responding. Lieutenant Chen, following close behind, whispered, "Captain, the energy readings, they're spiking." Aaron stepped closer, cautious but curious. "I'm Aaron Solis, captain of the Odyssey Explorer. Can you understand me?" The girl nodded slowly. Then again in his mind she said, "You are important. The season chooses, you awaken it." Aaron's mind raced. Important, season, awaken. None of it made sense. Yet instinctively he felt that this was not a threat, at least not yet. There was intelligence here, ancient and alien, but also a strange sense of trust. The forest responded to him. Flowers along the path opened fully, releasing fragrant scents. Small creatures, some resembling deer, others entirely alien, watched silently from the tree line, curious but not afraid. Even the air seemed alive, shimmering subtly as if it carried energy. Mara, scanning the environment, whispered urgently, "Captain, the energy readings, these are off any scale we've seen. It's like the planet itself is responding to you. Aaron swallowed. Not responding to me alone, he said. Responding to both of us, to all humans here. But maybe especially me. The girl, Lyra, he learned her name after a few cautious attempts at communication, stepped closer. Her eyes shone with a strange light. She reached out a hand and the air around her rippled. "Come closer," she said in thought. "Do not fear. The season senses your heart." Aaron glanced at his team. Some crew members were hesitant, their hands on weapons, scanning for threats. Others were wide-eyed, entranced by the scene before them. He gestured for calm. "We don't harm, we observe." As he stepped forward, the ground beneath his feet hummed softly. Tiny lights, like fireflies, rose from the moss and twirled around his legs. The forest seemed to pulse with energy, attuned to his heartbeat. Then something unexpected happened. The sky darkened suddenly, clouds swirling even though the day had been clear. A gentle wind picked up, carrying the scent of flowers and ozone. Lyra's colors shifted rapidly from soft blues to deep purples. She spoke again in thought, urgent this time. "The season stirs. It is beginning. You must stay calm. Others may not understand." Aaron nodded. He could feel it, the forest, the energy, even Lyra herself, everything was connected. The humans were intruders, yet somehow their presence was vital. He realized then that this was not just a mission to explore. This was an encounter that could change the understanding of life itself. Suddenly, one of the junior crew members, eager and impulsive, stepped forward. "Captain, I think it's dangerous. Look at the readings." "We need to retreat." Aaron raised his hand. "No, retreating now could provoke, whatever this is. We must be careful, yes, but not fearful." Lyra's eyes focused on the young crew member. She extended a hand subtly, and the flowers around him bloomed rapidly, forming a protective circle. He stumbled back, amazed and frightened, yet unharmed. The grove shifted again, almost alive. Branches moved like gentle hands, guiding the humans along a winding path deeper into the forest. Aaron understood then that this was not random, it was intentional. Lyra was leading them, and the planet itself was moving with her. Hours passed. The humans followed Lyra to a central clearing where massive, ancient trees formed a natural dome. The air vibrated with energy, making their skin tingle. At the center of the clearing, a crystalline structure rose from the ground. A tree, or something like a tree, made of clear, refracting crystal. Energy flowed through it like liquid light. Lyra approached it, touching its surface. Her colors shifted dramatically, bright, vibrant patterns running across her skin. "This is the heart," she said in thought. "It responds to the season, and the season responds to you." Aaron approached carefully, awestruck. "The season awakens around me," he asked aloud, though he already felt the truth of it. The energy here was changing subtly with his presence, reacting to his movements, his thoughts. The crew whispered among themselves, half in fear, half in wonder. The planet was alive. Lyra was alive, and somehow humanity, through him, was becoming part of it. As night fell, the clearing glowed with a soft luminescence. The plants emitted gentle light, the crystalline heart pulsed slowly, and Lyra's colors softened to gentle blues and pinks. She looked at Aaron with something close to admiration. "Stay," she said in thought. "Learn, do not fear. The season chooses, and it has chosen you." Aaron nodded, a mix of wonder and responsibility filling him. This was no ordinary exploration mission. Humanity had met life in a form beyond understanding. And already he could feel it. Humans could not merely observe, they could influence, guide, and perhaps even protect. But not everyone understood. Some crew members still feared, still whispered about danger, still questioned whether they should leave immediately. Aaron knew that tomorrow, the real challenge would begin. Understanding Lyra, the season, and the living planet would test not only their knowledge, but their courage and humanity itself. As he looked up at the stars through the canopy, he thought again of Lyra's words, "My season awakens around you." He didn't fully understand what it meant yet, but he knew this. He was no longer just an explorer. He was a participant in something far greater, something alive, something beautiful. And the season had begun. The first light of Virelia's sun filtered through the crystalline canopy, painting the forest in soft shades of gold and green. Captain Aaron Solis awoke to a subtle hum vibrating through the ground, a feeling that ran along his nerves and made his skin tingle. He sat up cautiously, aware that the planet and Lyra were stirring once again. "Captain," Mara whispered, kneeling beside him, "the energy readings, they've increased overnight. Something is changing." Aaron nodded, already feeling it. The forest no longer moved with gentle curiosity. It pulsed as though it had a heartbeat. He looked toward the crystalline heart at the center of the clearing. The crystal pulsed faintly, reflecting shimmering lights across the mossy floor. Lyra was at its base, her iridescent skin glowing softly, and for a moment she looked almost human, except for the shifting colors that no human could have. "It begins," she said in thought. "The season is stirring fully, and you must be ready." Aaron took a deep breath. "Ready for what?" he asked aloud, though he knew the answer wasn't simple. Lyra's eyes softened, a swirl of violet and blue. To understand, to act, to protect. The humans watched as the forest reacted. Trees bent gently, leaves shifting like delicate hands, guiding the crew deeper into the grove. Flowers bloomed and closed in intricate patterns, releasing scents that seemed to evoke memories or emotions. Aaron felt it in his chest, a strange, deep connection, as if the forest could sense not just their presence but their intentions. Mara scanned the energy spikes with her device. "Captain, the patterns are accelerating. They're no longer random. They're directed. And they're reacting strongest to you." Aaron clenched his jaw. "Then I need to lead carefully. Everyone stay alert, but do not panic. Observe. Learn." The grove widened into a valley-like space where rivers of silver flowed through thick grass. The crystalline heart at the center radiated energy like a pulse of life. Lyra floated toward it, her hands outstretched, and the rivers shimmered, reflecting light like molten silver. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Small creatures that had been following the humans scuttled to the side. Trees swayed violently, and a deep humming filled the air. Lyra's colors shifted from soft pastels to fiery reds and oranges. "Do not fear," she sent directly to Aaron's mind. "They sense threat. Others are coming." Aaron turned sharply. Scanners picked up approaching ships, small, black vessels, sleek and angular, unlike anything Earth had designed. The markings indicated a private corporation, known for exploiting new planets for energy and rare materials. Their intentions were clear: take what they could, leave destruction behind. "They're here for the planet," Mara said, voice tense. "And they won't care about her." Aaron's jaw tightened. Humanity's mission was exploration, not exploitation. And yet he realized the very presence of humans here, of himself, was accelerating Lyra's season. The corporation's greed could trigger disaster. He had to act. Lyra's colors flared, signaling agitation. "They disrupt. They do not understand. They bring imbalance." Aaron nodded. "Then we protect, and we show them humanity is different." The humans quickly moved to establish a defensive perimeter, not with weapons but with understanding. Using environmental scanners and quick thinking, they created barriers that guided the corporation's landing ships away from the crystalline heart. Aaron led a small team closer to Lyra, understanding that her trust was key to stabilizing the planet. As they approached, the ground itself seemed to rise, forming natural walls and obstacles. Vines lifted like serpents, forming gentle but firm barriers. Flowers glowed, casting soft light to illuminate paths. Energy swirled around the humans, responding to Aaron's calm, deliberate movements. "Captain, this is incredible," Mara said in awe. "The planet is alive, and it's responding to you." Aaron glanced at Lyra. "Not just me, it's responding to how we act: courage, respect, understanding. These things matter here more than weapons or strength." Lyra's colors pulsed softly, almost approvingly. You are learning. You are human, yet more. You can awaken balance. The corporation's landing team finally reached the edge of the grove. Their drone swept forward, scanning and probing, causing minor tremors in the earth. Lyra's agitation grew. Trees bent to block the drones, energy pulses surged, and the ground shook. Some crew members panicked, but Aaron remained calm, moving deliberately between Lyra and the intruders. "Do not fear," he spoke aloud, facing the corporation's team through the air communicator. "You are visitors here. Leave the planet, take nothing, respect life." The intruders laughed. "You don't even know what this world has to offer. Stand aside, humans, or we take what we want." Aaron took a deep breath. He could feel Lyra's season shifting, energy building to an uncontrollable peak. The planet's response was massive, and if it went unchecked, both humans and intruders could be hurt. He realized then that this wasn't a fight they could win with weapons alone. They needed strategy, courage, and human ingenuity. "Follow my lead," he said to Mara and the team. "We'll guide the energy, we'll protect her, and we'll show them why humanity matters." Aaron stepped forward, moving into the open. The forest pulsed around him, branches rising to form arches and pathways. Flowers bloomed in patterns that seemed deliberate, almost like instructions. Using his knowledge of energy flows and natural resonance, Aaron guided the humans, teaching them to move in harmony with the planet's pulse. The intruders advanced, but the ground shifted beneath them. Crystalline spikes rose suddenly, not to harm but to block, to redirect. Vines entangled machinery, forcing them to retreat. The humans, working together, moved with precision and calm, stabilizing areas of energy and preventing chaos. Lyra floated above the crystalline heart, her colors a dazzling mix of violet, blue, and gold. Energy arcs extended from her hands, connecting with Aaron and the humans. He felt the power coursing through him, not as a weapon, but as a shared consciousness, a bond between species. "You are human, you are wise, you are brave. You may guide the season." With a thought, Lyra directed a wave of energy toward the intruders, not to harm, but to show them the forest's reaction. Machines jammed, sensors overloaded, and lights blinked erratically. Panic spread among them, and slowly, reluctantly, they began to retreat. Aaron watched, breathing heavily, sweat on his brow. "We held them off," he whispered. "But the season is still unstable. It's not over." Lyra's colors softened. "You are learning. Humanity is more than strength. You are understanding, reasoning, compassion. These awaken the season properly." The forest slowly returned to calm, the crystalline heart pulsing gently. Rivers reflected the morning light, flowers swayed in unison, and small creatures reappeared from hiding. The humans looked around in awe, realizing the scale of what they had just experienced. "Captain," Mara said quietly, "we just survived something no one else in history has ever seen. We protected a planet and an alien consciousness." Aaron nodded. "Yes, and we've proven something more. Humanity can be more than explorers. We can be guardians, guides, partners. We are capable of understanding life beyond ourselves." Lyra approached him, colors glowing softly. "Your courage, your heart, your mind, they all awaken balance. Without you, the season might have faltered. You are special, human." Aaron smiled, though he felt the weight of responsibility. "And you are amazing, Lyra, but the season isn't finished. We need to ensure it completes safely." Lyra tilted her head, shimmering with soft hues. "Yes, and you will help. Together we will bring balance. The awakening is not over. Tomorrow it will reach its peak." The humans settled for the night near the crystalline heart, their tents carefully arranged to avoid disrupting the energy flows. Around them the forest glowed faintly, protective and alive. Aaron stayed awake longest, staring at the heart, feeling the rhythm of the planet and thinking of the challenges yet to come. He realized humanity's greatest strength was not weapons, not technology, but their ability to reason, to empathize, to act with courage even in the face of overwhelming unknowns. And if they could harness these qualities, Perhaps they could survive this awakening and help Lyra complete her season safely. As night deepened, the air shimmered with subtle light. Lyra floated near the crystalline heart, her eyes closed. Her colors shifted gently, pulsing like a heartbeat. Aaron felt a deep connection to her, to the planet, to the energy itself. He understood now. This was bigger than exploration, bigger than science. This was the moment when humans could truly show their worth to the universe. And tomorrow, the awakening would reach its full strength. Dawn arrived on Violia like a slow unveiling of colors, painting the sky in shades no human artist could replicate. The crystalline heart at the center of the forest pulsed steadily, a living rhythm that echoed across the grove. Captain Aaron solely stood at the edge of the clearing, feeling the energy vibrating through his boots and into his body. The season, the awakening, was reaching its peak. Lyra floated near the heart, her skin a riot of shifting colors, gold, violet, green, and hints of red. Each pulse seemed synchronized with the planet itself, sending ripples of energy through the air. Birds or creatures like birds rose in flocks, their wings catching the light like stained glass. The humans around Aaron could only stare, half in awe, half in fear. "It is beginning fully," Lyra said in thought. "Balance teeters. You must act with your heart, Aaron." Not with force, but with understanding. Aaron nodded. He understood the stakes. Yesterday, the corporate intruders had tried to take Violia's energy for profit. The planet had resisted, but its reactions had been unstable, almost violent. If they returned, or if the awakening continued unchecked, chaos could destroy everything. Mara came to his side, scanning the grove. "Captain, energy readings are off the charts. This is unlike anything in recorded history. Even yesterday's surge was minor compared to now." Aaron took a deep breath. "Then we guide it, we protect Lyra, and we show the universe what humanity can do." The team spread carefully, forming a protective circle around Lyra and the crystalline heart. The forest seemed aware of their positions, bending slightly to create barriers and open pathways. Even the rivers adjusted, flowing around them without disturbing their footing. Aaron felt the planet's awareness like a heartbeat in his chest. Then a shadow moved in the distance, a fleet of small black ships, the same intruders as before. They had returned, faster and more determined. Their weapons gleamed, scanning the energy pulses from the heart. They would not hesitate to exploit it. "Aaron," Mara whispered, "they're coming for it again." Aaron's jaw tightened. "Then we stop them not with weapons but with our minds, our courage, and our understanding." Lyra's colors shifted rapidly, flashing reds and blues. "They do not understand. They bring imbalance. You must awaken your strength, your humanity." Aaron stepped forward, raising his hand. "Everyone stay calm. Observe the energy. Move with it, not against it. Humanity's greatest weapon is not guns, it's our mind and heart." The intruders fired small energy pulses at the grove. The trees and vines responded, blocking and redirecting attacks without harming anyone. The crystalline heart pulsed violently, sending arcs of energy toward the attackers. Machines overloaded and drones malfunctioned, but the intruders continued, desperate. Aaron signaled to his team. "Now, synchronize with the energy, listen to Lyra, guide the awakening, don't fight it, work with it." Slowly, the humans moved, stepping into the rhythm of the planet. Every action, every breath, every intention mattered. The energy around them seemed to recognize this. Vines rose to form walls, flowers bloomed to release protective spores, and rivers shifted to create natural barriers. Lyra extended her hands above the crystalline heart, directing pulses of energy toward Aaron and the humans. "Trust your heart, trust your mind. Humans can guide the season where others cannot." Aaron felt the connection. The energy flowed through him, not as a weapon but as a shared consciousness. He guided the pulses, redirecting them toward the intruders' ships, not to destroy, but to show the power of balance. Drones overloaded, sensors flickered, and the ships were forced back. Slowly, reluctantly, the intruders retreated, realizing they could not match the harmony between humans and planet. The forest calmed, but the crystalline heart continued to pulse. Aaron knew the peak had not yet come. The awakening needed one final act, a human touch that combined courage, reasoning, and empathy. He stepped closer to Lyra. "Lyra," he said, voice steady, "tell me what to do. I will do whatever is needed to protect you and this planet." Her eyes shimmered with gold and violet. "Place your hand on the heart. Focus on your humanity, your courage, your compassion, your wisdom. The season will respond." Aaron hesitated only a moment, then stepped forward. He placed his hand on the crystalline heart. Energy surged into him, a current that made every nerve tingle. The forest hummed, and Lyra's colors exploded into brilliance. "Focus on your humanity," she whispered. "Show it, and the season will complete." Aaron closed his eyes. He thought of his crew, the humans who had followed him without hesitation. He thought of humanity's capacity for courage, for empathy, for understanding. He focused not on fear, not on power, but on what made humans capable of greatness. The energy pulsed faster, responding. The crystalline heart radiated waves that spread through the forest, guiding rivers, lifting vines, stabilizing the ground. The intruders' ships were pushed back further, unable to approach. The forest itself seemed to embrace the humans' intentions, amplifying their focus. Lyra joined him, placing a hand lightly on his shoulder. "Together, Aaron, let humanity guide the season." Energy surged like a wave of light. The forest glowed, rivers sparkled, creatures rose to the treetops, and the crystalline heart shone like a second sun. The humans felt power, not destructive power, but creative, protective energy. Aaron opened his eyes. The intruders had fled entirely, their ships retreating into space. They had witnessed something beyond comprehension, a planet alive, guided by humans who acted with reason, courage, and empathy. The forest calmed, the crystalline heart pulsing gently. Lyra floated beside Aaron, her colors now soft and serene. "The season is complete. Balance restored. You have shown what humans can do." Aaron smiled, exhausted but exhilarated. "We didn't just protect you, Lyra, we protected life. And humanity, we proved we can be more than explorers. We can be guardians." Lyra's eyes glimmered. "Your presence awakened more than the season. You awakened hope, not just for this planet, but for all life that may cross your path." The humans gathered around, awestruck, realizing the significance of what had occurred. They had faced unimaginable energy, navigated alien consciousness, and triumphed without violence. Humanity had demonstrated its greatest strengths: intelligence, empathy, courage, and the capacity to act responsibly. Captain Mara said quietly, "I've never seen anything like this. This is beyond science, beyond exploration. We've witnessed life in a form we could never have imagined." Aaron nodded. "Yes, and we've learned something important. Humanity can rise to challenges no other species can face, challenges that require more than strength, more than technology. They require heart." Lyra extended her hand to Aaron, glowing softly. "Come, see the results." He followed her to the edge of the grove. The forest stretched endlessly, transformed. Flowers bloomed in breathtaking patterns, rivers sparkled like flowing silver, and creatures of all shapes moved in harmony. The crystalline heart radiated a gentle light that spread throughout the valley. The awakening had completed. "This is incredible," Aaron whispered. "The planet, the season, it's all alive, and yet it's beautiful." Lyra's colors shifted to soft blues and pinks. "It is alive because it trusts. It is beautiful because balance was chosen. You have shown that humans can awaken not just life, but hope." The humans stood in silence, taking in the harmony. They understood now that this was more than a mission. It was a partnership, a proof that humanity could rise to meet the universe's wonders with respect, courage, and understanding. "Lyra," Aaron said softly, "will we return here? Can we help maintain this balance?" She smiled, her skin shimmering. "Yes. But you will also go forth, humans, carry what you have learned. Let your presence awaken hope wherever you go. Your season has just begun. As the humans prepared to leave, Aaron took one last look at the crystalline heart. The season was complete. Violia thrived, alive and vibrant, a testament to what could happen when humans acted with wisdom and courage. The crew boarded the Odyssey Explorer, their hearts filled with awe. They left not as conquerors but as protectors, as guardians who had faced the unimaginable and risen to the challenge. Lyra watched them depart, her colors glowing softly, a quiet smile of gratitude and trust in her eyes. As the ship rose into orbit, Aaron looked down at the planet. He thought of the words Lyra had spoken when they first met. "My season awakens around you." He understood now. It was not just about the planet, it was about humanity. Humanity had awakened the season because they could act with courage, empathy, and understanding. And the universe had taken notice. The stars stretched endlessly beyond, and the Odyssey Explorer sailed toward new mysteries. But Aaron knew this. No matter what challenges lay ahead, humans had proven they could rise not through force but through heart and mind. That was the true awakening. And somewhere on a forested world called Violia, an alien girl's season continued to bloom, carrying with it hope, life, and the knowledge that humanity could be a force for balance in the galaxy.